All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the BSBN Podcast, episode 4. It's just me and Dan this week. No Vic for this time around.
Yep.
He's a busy boy for sure.
To do.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shit to do. But that's life sometimes, But yeah, so we're gonna start today's podcast off here. I'm considering we just kind of talk about Thursday night's football game. I don't think anyone kind of expected this to be a game at all.
Expected the outcome, to be completely honest
No,
with you.
not at all. I think everyone has had Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals to be losing this game.
The battle of the icy hot, the battle of the old heads.
Yeah, it's man, I
the retirement home teams.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? But you know what? This game, obviously Cincinnati takes home the win here. They go 3-4 in the season, which I think with Joe Burrow not being in is probably a way better start than I think scenario.
It's the best overall position that they can be in right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Burrow's going down, he went down week 2.
Yeah.
And didn't they start off 0-2 or something like that?
No, I think they got a win with him. Didn't they? I could have swore they got a win with Joe Burrow in there. Yeah, no, they got their wins with Joe Burrow. So they got him in with the Browns and the Jaguars.
Okay, so after Joe Burrow went down, the offense couldn't find a way to gel. And then, besides that first game with Browning,
yeah.
And Browning. And now they got Joe Flacco because he was available because after getting benched by the Browns. And you see the last 2 weeks, it's actually playing off for them. Joe Flacco being there. He's finding ways to gel with, especially Jamar Chase, knowing that he has number 1. This is a veteran quarterback in the league. He has that number 1 target and knows what he has to do to get the job done. And I think they both found the chemistry in these first 2 games. This past week, Jamar Chase had 161 yards and 1 touchdown and 16 receptions.
Yeah,
that you haven't seen this kind of production from him since Burrow.
So it's
kind of impressive.
Yeah, he brings the offense there, and I think that's an interesting thing because now can he stay consistent? First off, Joe Flacco has played, I think, for every, if not almost every AFC North team. I think he's just Steelers. I don't know if he was a part of the Steelers at all, but
he played for the Ravens. He played
for the Browns, and now he's playing for Cincy. He's played for at least 3 of the 4. I don't think he's ever played for Pittsburgh, but because he's bounced around.
Why would he when he started his career in Baltimore?
What do you mean? Why would he? He played for 2 other rivals. He played for Cincinnati as well, and he played for the Browns. Those are also 2 other
but I think it's that Ravens Pittsburgh rivalry that I don't want to go to that team.
Possibly, who knows? But it brings an interesting question. It brings to the Steelers. It brings an interesting question here, though, with Joe Flacco is they don't have a relatively hard schedule coming up. They got to verse the Jets this week. They got to verse the Bears, the Steelers. The Patriots are a tough team this year right now. I think they're what? They're 5 and something. They're like 5-2.
The Patriots lead the AFC East, no?
Yeah. And then after that you have the Bills, and the Bills are still a good team
because they beat the Bills.
Yep. So they're 5-2 right now. So that's like the hardest game you got to come across, and then you got the Bills, which is also a really tough team. The rest of your schedule is pretty damn light right now, if you ask me. The Jets, they're 0-7 right now. They should be a cakewalk. Their morale is down. Then you have the Bears. Actually, you know what? Let me not discredit the Bears. The Bears right now are off to a good start as well. They picked up another win this week and whatnot. I'm not going to discredit the Bears. So they have a tough game with the Bears. I think the Bears actually take that game.
I mean, it is a reasonable game for them because the Bears have shown they have been pretty consistent this year, but they have shown their inconsistency in some games.
They have.
So it's not like their top team like New England or Buffalo. Buffalo's been inconsistent, but you expect them to bounce back. They already got their hard competitions out of the way with Denver, Detroit, and Green Bay. So now it's just the way Baltimore is looking like any team can beat them. I would even say maybe the only team in the league that can't beat them right now is the Jets. But even then, I kind of consider, depending on who their quarterback is, because you don't know what's going on with Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor. even then, it's kind of iffy on if the Jets will beat Baltimore because their defense is just looking. For the defense they have, they should not be playing as the worst defense in the league. I'm sorry. That's just unacceptable in my eyes.
No, there's a lot wrong with what's going on right now with them. I don't understand it at all. I do think that there's a I do think the Bears.
But they had to buy, so who knows?
Who had the buy?
Maybe this buy.
Oh, the Bills.
Ravens did.
The Ravens? Oh, they had a buy. I didn't even realize they had a buy. I haven't even cared about Baltimore, man.
So it's really like, how are they going to bounce back now? I mean, can they figure it out? Who knows? I mean, as of now, you're looking like one of the worst teams in the league.
No.
Can you bounce back after the bye?
Sorry. Who the hell knows? Because right now you got to think it's like the Bengals with Joe Flacco could possibly do something. Like I said, we got to talk about that because, like, you know, it's tough.
By that Bills game, they might have Burrows back too. So who knows what this Bengals season is going to look like?
Yeah. So
because if you can have Flacco going through New York, Chicago, Pittsburgh, New England, and then the first Baltimore game, you end the season possibly with Joe Burrows against Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami, Arizona, and Cleveland. You're looking at a good shot to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they can make a playoffs. They have a potential chance to make the playoffs. Like, I think no, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I don't think they have a chance to make the playoffs. I think 3-4 right now is decent.
What Flacco we're going to get.
Sure, but I mean, even with Flacco, you got to think in this game he passed, what, 40 something times against the Steelers. So he did good. Don't get me wrong. He had Jamar Chase there, but there was still overthrows that game. He threw 47 times. He got 31 completions, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but you targeted.
Brown still had a day because he carried the ball 11 times for 108 yards.
Yeah, he did good. Again, well, that's also against the Steelers defense, but he did good. He absolutely did work.
Defense have been one of the better defenses in the league so far this year.
Not for, come on, what? Nah, I'm not even gonna say that. I mean, I'm sure they've been okay, but it's like nothing crazy, right? Like, what have they been doing? They've still letting up like decent amount of points on people against better teams. I mean, like that they lost to the Seahawks. They beat the Patriots, which I'm going to talk about the Patriots as well because I think the Patriots are not all that. I think they're good, but I don't think they're as consistent as everyone believes them to be.
Yes, they
nearly lost to the Jets.
Consistent team.
They nearly lost to the Jets. They nearly lost to the Vikings. That was a good game. And then the Browns or whatever, but they just lost to the Bengals. They dropped 31 on them.
At this point, you have to question: is Aaron Rodgers capable of getting them through the season, or is he at his tail end?
I think both.
Because he had 2 interceptions in this game, and he threw for almost 250 with throwing 34 times and 4 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. He is making mistakes. So, is he at the tail? Is this his write-off year, or?
It's probably not his write-off year. I think he's probably going to go for at least another year. He's an older guy that's very stubborn. I don't see him. He doesn't have the attitude of I'm about to retire.
He's not pissed at a lineman for no reason.
That's him though. That's always been him. That's his personality. He's a very cranky and
he's already causing issues there, and you're seeing it. You saw
that's
it last
always
week.
been him. That's always been him though. He's never been this. Oh my God, I'm a sweet guy. No, that's always been Rod. He's always been a crotchety old man.
He wants to run whatever team he's on.
Yeah, so like this is what he does. But they do have a tough schedule, Pittsburgh. I mean, it's going to be tough to see how they do get past it because they have to take on the Packers this week. A very tough game for them. I don't have them winning that game. The Colts they have to go through.
What Packers offense shows up because we've been seeing the inconsistency of the Packers too.
I think the Packers got that.
Even though they came out strong in week 1, they've been pretty inconsistent these last few weeks.
I have the Packers winning that. I don't think they're 4-1-1 right now. I mean, I have them beating them down. Jordan Love is not really. He hasn't been playing that bad.
Kind of inflated in my opinion because all their games have been very close.
They've been close, but it's not like they haven't been playing like crap teams for them to be like that hard. They played the Lions.
You let the Cowboys put up 40 on you.
No, hold on. Let's not discredit the Cowboys. The Cowboys have a good offense. They just dropped
They do have a
44
good
just
offense.
now on Washington.
Yes, and their offense seems to be clicking.
The team that
and they got CeeDee Lamb back.
The team that everyone had, they're gonna make the NFC conference this year again. And they dropped 44 on them. All right.
Oh, I know.
So let's not talk about how because I hate the Cowboys. I'm a Giants fan.
But during that time they were down. They were down CeeDee Lamb. Their offense was really looking inconsistent. Like we were even talking about this. The Cowboys were not looking like a team. They had no run game. Williams has finally cracked that shell and are giving them a run game now. The last 2 weeks. So it's really like now Dak got his primary receiver back, and they were down CeeDee Lamb. That offense is looking different now. But when they played the Packers, we were talking about how the Packers were going to blow them out.
Yeah, I thought they were going to blow them out, but they still put up 40. I mean, the Cowboys still ended up putting 40. That was the defense's fault.
Nobody was expecting that, especially the way you lost to the Eagles. And what? Who else did they play at the beginning of the year? Jesus Christ!
They played the Giants, which they beat in overtime. That's
those
the
two
defense.
games, it was very.
We knew the defense was going to be bad, though. The offense is putting up numbers, though. I reckon right now, honestly, I know it's not on paper that they do, but I damn, dude, their offense is explosive, and I think they have like one of the best offenses in the league right now.
They're definitely clicking these last few weeks. I'm not knocking them for that, and even as a Giants fan, I'm trying to be as fair as possible here because, I understand I should have hatred towards the Cowboys, but again, it's the football league. We're football fans. You want to talk in a positive way of all the teams. But the Cowboys have been looking great.
Right now with the NFC East, you know what? Let's just jump into it because you know what? Cincinnati. Let's continue with Cincinnati real quick because we jumped off Cincinnati. I want to talk about Cincinnati because the AFC North right now, the state of the NFC North right now is the Ravens. They don't have what's his name? Lamar Jackson, right? Defense is bad. They're like 1-5 or some shit right now. They're not doing great. Cincinnati is 3-4. They don't have Burrows, but they have Flacco, and they're 3-4. Now you got the Steelers, who are 5-2 now, and you have the Browns, who have a new quarterback.
The Steelers are 4-2.
4-2? They only played 6 games?
Oh, no.
They have their bye week.
The Steelers will be 4-2.
They're 4-2 right now? Okay, they're 4-2. They had a bye week already. I forgot about that. But what's it called? So, they still, and the Browns. They had
one of the earlier buys, no?
They did. I actually think I remember having the bye, actually. And then the Browns.
Cleveland had the early bye.
Because
they're 5-2.
That would make sense.
No, they didn't have a bye, yeah. Okay, never mind.
Wait, the Browns are 5-2? Don't tell me that. What?
Can't make 2-5.
There's
my
no
bad.
way. I was about to say they're 5-2. I missed a lot. And we should have been covering
that. But that record even doesn't. That record on paper, the way that their defense have been playing and keeping these games close, that record could easily be in a positive direction.
They have to me, they basically have the best defense in the league. They have not allowed 20 points yet this season. No team has scored. Sorry. My bad. Actually, that's a blatant lie. My bad. They haven't scored 20 points this season besides their last game. They lost against the Lions. I think they had like 30-something points.
And that game close.
And then the Ravens killed them. But they kept it close at the beginning, and that was.
And after half, they had to collapse.
Then they ended up collapsing. Yeah, because after a while, you have your defense on there all day, because that's the problem. Is like your defense can be great as hell, but you can't be on the field 90% of the day.
At the end of the day, it's a team sport. Both sides of the ball need to play well. You can't have one side carry your team to win games.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen in a professional sport.
Oh.
And even if you want to talk hockey or baseball, you can have a fantastic defense, but if your bats don't show up, you're not going to win a game. And even in hockey, if you have a great goalie, your goalie's only going to stop how many pucks before the other team finds one?
As a New York fan, all three New York teams have disappointed me so far this yesterday.
Okay, but this is the story of New York sports. I'm a Yankee fan, I'm a Ranger fan, and I'm a Giants fan. The Giants have been tortured for the last few years. The Yankees are fucking. I don't even want to get started on baseball. And the Rangers, yeah, they've been the only consistent team, but even then, come playoff time, it's like they don't know how to fucking play hockey.
Yeah, no, I don't. That's too for the swear jar, by the way. But yeah, no, that's.
I'm sorry, it's I'm passionate about my sports fans here, sports teams.
But no, but the AFC North is such a tricky place right now because I think that
even the Browns could be competing if they wanted to.
We can't even say I don't know. I mean, right now, no, they don't have the weapons. I'm not putting them in playoff contention or anything like that. But they have a tricky and slippery
slope. They need to get that quarterback situation figured out.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel played a great game, but it was against Dolphins. So like that, I know Browns fans are excited, but I'm not giving you
holding that high.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving him the hook yet because Judkins pretty much put him on their back.
And I pretty much figured everybody going or picking in this game are going to pick the Dolphins to beat them
because of that. I picked the Browns.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised you did because out of me and Victor was the only one that got that game right.
Because here's the thing, right? Like, so when it came to this game, it came down to two major key things, right? The Dolphins are trending down. They have been trending down, and they've never gotten back up.
But they're also putting up sports. I haven't been putting up points.
They haven't been putting up points with Flacco. They have Dylan Gabriel in there now, and they haven't been utilizing Judkins as much as I like.
I said the Dolphins.
Oh, well, yeah, their offense is trash right now. They don't have Tyreek Hill. They lost Tyreek Hill. And then once they lost Tyreek Hill, it was up to Waddle, who, there's trade rumors for him. We'll get into that later. But, what's it called? To me, he's not a number one wide receiver. He's a number two wide receiver to me. So he could be great, but you need to have someone even better than him on the opposite side for him to really get his explosiveness out of there. You got to think like other tag team wide receivers. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then you have Jameson Winston. You have Justin Jefferson. You have Justin Jefferson, and you have Addison. Like there's just. With all number two receivers is usually because there's a number one that actually makes them look better than what they could be. If Justin Jefferson gets out of here, Addison's not filling his shoes. If Amon-Ra St. Brown goes down, Williams is not gonna pick up that slack. CeeDee Lamb went down and Pickens did good. He had good games, don't get me wrong. But a full season of that, that's not your number one guy. It's just not. He's a good wide receiver, but your number one. He fits at that number two role for a reason. So when it comes to Waddle, he needs that number one there with him. Otherwise, you're not going to have nothing. And Tua is getting exposed for that combination. He had both Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and granted, no one's remaining healthy, but they just can't seem to actually use them. And then Tua now only has one guy to throw to, and he can't even do that. He had 3 interceptions on 23 passes. That's insane. That's dumb. Like, what bothers me even more is I think that they do not utilize their damn running back. And that pisses me off about the Miami Dolphins, is they have a good running back, a great running back actually in Devon Achane, and they do not want to run this ball with him. They ran it 13 times last game against the Browns. The Browns, granted, have a great rush defense, but like I want to see them utilize him more in other things. And I think they're a team that also needs a secondary running back that could also be just as good as Devon Achane, that could help blow up the pocket. Like someone that could block, someone that could run up the middle for you. Because Devon Achane's a really fast guy. They need someone with a little oomph behind him. They need a Scatterbo type of player. And I think they're going to get Scatterbo in the debt. No, I'm joking. But they're a team that needs something like that.
Him.
I'd never, not a chance. But I mean, not until 3 years from now when they decide to sign another quarterback for $160 million, and then we'll get rid of Scatterbo because no one wants to pay the running back. It's not an integral part to the running game or the football team that we have a good running back. So that's what we're going to end up doing, and we're going to re-sign. Who Zach Wilson will be our quarterback next, if Dark doesn't plan out. But yeah, so I mean. But no, so I don't give the Dolphins the benefit of the doubt as to why the Browns did good. I don't give Gabriel all that credit let's look at it. 31 points, and I don't think he had a single touchdown thrown.
No, it
So
was Judkins that had all the touchdowns.
It was Judkins that did good, and I hope this shows the Browns that they have a running back there again because they need to use him. And no, I don't mean pull what you did with Nick Chubb and solely run the ball and abuse this guy. I'm talking about run with him and open up your pass game because the play calling for the Browns is just atrocious 99.99% of the time.
I
and
really
I want
don't
to see
know
them
if
get back up there.
I really don't know if Gabriel's going to be the guy that they're going to run with at quarterback. Like, yeah, okay. And these last 2 weeks, he hasn't really shown consistent. Like, yeah, okay, I get it. He's threw for 116 yards, but at the end of the day, that's just 116 yards, and he also 3 for 18. So it's like, as of now, what you're going to put all the pressure on Judkins and just let him run the ball for you?
That's what I was going to ask.
And be the main reason for the offense.
When do you start? Do we even try to give a chance to Shedeur at this point?
I would give it to him next week.
I said that with the Miami Dolphins. It should have just gave it to him there. He should have honestly.
Yeah, I know.
And after this performance,
I figured at the half, but they were blowing them out anyway. So why even
do that? They wouldn't do that to him. That would be so humiliating. I think for Shedeur in general, because no matter how you feel about him, that's humiliating. The guy's got pride. You blown the team out now. You want to put me in? Like, come on, man. That's not. He's not.
I was saying that they're not going to put him in at that point.
They gotta go ahead and they gotta put him in a full game.
What he does.
Against who?
New England next week.
That'd be a good game to see him in. I would love to see him versus Drake May, two young quarterbacks when they're going at it. That would be fun
because
to see.
Gabriel's not going to get any offense going on that New England defense.
Okay. Do you have the you know what? Because we're going to talk about this. I guess we can kind of go over the teams that we feel for per the games and whatnot and kind of go over it. Do you think that the Browns stay the same, or do you think they could be a buyer or a seller deadline? And do you have a person in mind that you would have if they're a seller that they would get rid of, or do you have them buying someone? Like, do you have a feeling they would spend the draft capital with someone right now?
The Browns, I have them staying pretty consistent. I don't think you want to trade anything. If anything, I see the Browns selling to the Chargers and getting Jermaine Ford for a running back for the Chargers because the Chargers don't have a running back. But even then, if you look at the Chargers, like when it comes to their running back situation, they can look for guys like Alvin Kamara and Chuba Hubbard too. So it's like
Kamara just said he would retire if he got traded.
I mean, he's preferring to stay in New Orleans, but the way New Orleans is,
he's threatening it right now. He's threatening. He says he will retire if he gets traded. Like he's not pulling back. He says if you trade me, I'm retiring. So no team. I don't think any team's gonna want to go after him. Hubbard also just signed that big contract. Dowdle's already 27, even though he had great games. He's also already 27. They just signed a big contract with Hubbard. Do you get rid of Hubbard right now, or do you trade Dowdle away? Even though Dowdle has been playing good for the Panthers. Right now they have a split back situation, which didn't do good against the Jets whatsoever.
I mean, I would go after Hubbard because Hubbard showed last year that he can be a running back in the right offense. And if you put him in that Chargers locker room, I think it would be completely... The Chargers run game definitely ups up, especially when they get Omarion Hampton back, whenever he plans on coming back. That's a pretty good locker room because Najee Harris is gone for the season, so he's sidelined. So it's like they already had a good dual threat running back situation in that room. They need to find another one, especially when both their guys are injured right now.
I think that right now, if you're going to put him on the Chargers, I don't like the idea of him going to the Chargers, only because on the Chargers right now, first off, I don't think Hubbard needs to be traded. I don't want him traded. I think Dowdle, if anything, is the guy you're going to get money for because you already signed this dude to a contract. Right now, I'd be looking to shop Dowdle because I think he's got value to him. He's 27 years old, granted, but he just put up 400 yards. If you were to sell right now, if you wanted to get draft capital, sell Dowdle. He'll probably get you a decent draft pick with the amount of yards he's had in the last 2 weeks, or I guess 3 weeks now. But he would probably get you some draft capital. You don't already have. He's not signed to a big contract like Hubbard is, and just but the Chargers, I don't think he goes to just because Omarion Hampton would basically be taking the back seat at that point. He would be the backup. You're not going to have this guy on a big contract and make him the backup, and they're not going to take Hampton, who was on a rookie deal, and make him the starter. I like Hampton at the starting spot. I think they need someone behind him, but I like Hampton at the starting spot right now for Los Angeles. I have the Browns, though, as well. I think the Browns are going to be pretty consistent. I don't have them being a buyer or a seller, really. I think they're going to kind of maintain. They don't really have pieces.
If the right offer comes, I think they'll accept it, but I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it's a necessary...
Yeah, I don't think there's anything they need to get rid of or do. I mean, if anything, if they were to sell, and I think this is very improbable, and I doubt they would do it, but it would be Jerry Jeudy. That's about it. They would trade their star wide receiver to kind of bolster them up, because you could probably get something out of the draft coming up. The wide receiver pool coming out of the draft is supposed to be pretty decent this year. But I think that I don't think there's a chance right now that they can sell him. I think they keep Jeudy there. But I mean, if you're looking for draft capital, I think it's the only player right now that I'm looking at that you're probably getting rid of if they want draft capital, because there's nothing really else you can get rid of that would remotely not impact you in a worse way. Because Jeudy, you could replace a wide receiver. They're a dime a dozen. There's so many good ones in the league. You can get one out of draft like nothing, pretty much, essentially. Like they're just constantly good ones. But I don't know if they
also can you remain consistent?
Consistent what? They're 2-5 right now. Like they don't even have their quarterback situation filled out yet. They don't even know what they're doing there yet. So like there's Jeudy.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's like there's like they don't have the quarterback position filled out yet. Their offensive line still desperately needs work. The draft capital would still be there. You need to start if you drafted 2 quarterbacks this year. There should be no reason within the next 5 years that the Browns draft a quarterback. I don't care if they're like amazing or if they're halfway decent. You should not be drafting a quarterback within at least the next 5 years. You just shouldn't. Go ahead, get yourself an O-line, build up your wide receivers, get a team around one of these guys, and decide which one you want.
3 quarterbacks this past draft.
And it's
like that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's really 2 they're talking about. It's like you have Dylan Gabriel starting right now. He's not looking crazy good. Shedeur Sanders still hasn't gotten his chance to try. Everyone wants to bring up the preseason game. Come on, let's not right now. We're so many weeks far removed from that. He's the guy right behind Dylan Gabriel. And to me, Dylan Gabriel hasn't proved himself yet in this league, like to where he looks good. And I don't want to sound like a giant bias of a Giants fan, but I mean, when you look at 116 yards that Dylan Gabriel got you compared to the 116 or 100 whatever, how many yards it was that Jackson Dart did against the Chargers, are 2 completely different games. Because he did that against the Chargers, who at the time had a great defense and looked like a top team in the league, versus he just did this with the Miami Dolphins. They got 31 points on. He put on 116 yards total. Like, what are we doing here? You didn't even throw a touchdown this game. That's just like, your running back did the work, and that's good that your running back's doing good, but we need to see more out of you, like that. You can't have 116 yards against like the worst team, if one of the worst teams in the league, if you want to put the Jets there after them, because the Jets obviously 0-7, so I can understand people's argument against it. But yeah, no, they gotta figure out their quarterback situation, their offensive line situation before they could even think about trying to snag wide receivers or whatnot. There are only a few teams that should be trying to snag wide receivers on their offense as buyers, and we'll go into those after. Which I guess now we can kind of go into that dreadful and despicable game. As a Giants fan, we can go into the Giants versus the Broncos. And I want to try to stay on topic with this one and not go on into 17 different teams as much as possible. But I think the Giants game, I'm going to kick this one off here because, oh my God, I don't have the words. I don't. That was so terrible. That was gut-wrenching as a Giants fan.
And the fact that it wasn't even terrible, like the Giants,
it was terrible. It was terrible. Wait. You're not getting no. It was terrible. You have no point. Terrible. It was terrible.
The first 3 quarters.
Okay. 3 quarters.
The first 3 quarters, they absolutely shut them down and zipped them at their home. And then you totally knock that effort out of the park with the way that fourth quarter went.
Dan, what's
It
the
was
famous saying?
atrocious.
What's the famous saying? It's not about how you start, it's about how you freaking finish.
I know.
I don't care.
It was absolutely atrocious.
I don't care that they had 26 points going into the fourth or whatever it was. I don't care that they were up and they were winning a majority of the game. 19 points. I don't care.
They were up 19.
I don't care. I don't care that they still ended up getting 32 points. I'm happy. The offense is clicking. Hooray. The defense was doing good for 3 quarters. Hooray. And then they let up once again. I don't know how many times a Giant fan has to go through this if we're not going to remember the Deshaun Jackson punt return where they came back from 28-0 and ended up beating the Giants in that game to clinch and get into the goddamn playoffs, mind you. Now we had this shit going on here where the Broncos were getting completely demolished, looking horrible, made Bo Nix look silly, made the entire defense look bad. And then the fourth quarter, he was just throwing shit up. And the defensive backs were like, yo, did they throw it yet?
I don't know if you saw this stat, but when Deontay Banks was in, they gave up 3 touchdowns. When Flott was in, Flott didn't allow them to have even 1 touchdown.
You know my feelings about Banks. I am not a fan of Banks.
I mean, we all consider the Giants to be buyers, right, at this point, because they need a receiver?
I don't know.
I can see the Giants trading Banks for Jacoby Myers from the Raiders.
No.
Why not?
No. All right, here's the thing. All right, I'm sorry. Jacoby Myers, to me, is already not a good receiver. I don't like him. He's okay, but he's not something that the Giants need. I'd rather have Wan'Dale Robinson. I'd rather have Slayton on the team. I'm not a fan of Jacoby Myers. As a wide receiver, I'm not. It's not that he's bad. I just don't personally want him on the Giants team. I don't find him to be a need that we need. Like, he's not like a number 2 to me. That could be behind Neighbors. I still rather Wan'Dale back there behind him. Wan'Dale's proven himself, by the way, having a great season right now without Neighbors in. Right? Like, I'm loving him. Big catch in the first quarter really set the tone. Well, not a random ass throw that got through defenders and made it to him, and he caught that. Like, that was crazy. But no, if I said before this game, if the Giants were to be buyers, they would have need to beat the Broncos. They would have had to beat the Broncos to me. I think that they right now, when it comes to the NFC East, because the NFC East, honestly, is just this whole football season is weird. It's a weird season right now. There is nothing that screams to me like, okay, this is normal for me. Like right now, it's what do we have here? The Chiefs are 4-3. The Broncos are 5-2 right now, looking insane. The NFC East is still up for grabs, mind you. Like, even second place, the Dallas Cowboys are in second place right now. The Chiefs are looking better now they have Rashee Rice there. You have the Chargers are on a downslope after having such a fantastic start. The Jacksonville is now completely soiling themselves, lost 2 in a row already, and they're heading downward. You have the Houston Texans, who are somehow plus 39 differential in their points, and they lost another game, and they looked horrible. Stroud looked horrible in that matchup against the Seahawks. Speaking of, the Seahawks look amazing right now. I don't think they're getting talked about enough. I think the NFC West right now is probably the best division in the NFCs, as out of the NFC. The NFC and NFC West and the NFC North are probably the 2 best ones right now. There's just like everyone is doing great. Like, I don't know, like even with them doing.
Waiting for the Lions to bounce back is just absolutely insane. The way that season started for them, everybody was, counting them out. The Lions, they're not going to have a good offense and a good defense.
The Lions?
I mean, yeah, that was talk.
Oh man, if that was tough.
That week 1. Week 1 they look horrible.
That's week 1. I don't care about week 1. Week 1 is basically an extended version of preseason. I don't care about week 1. Week 1 means nothing.
You say that, right?
Yeah.
But if the Giants came out looking hot in week 1, it would be like, oh, that make it to playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's different though. I'm a biased Giants fan at that point. That's a completely different segment here. That we're talking different stuff there. But it's the Lions week 1. Who cares? They're gonna do good. They're gonna do good.
Okay, Pat.
I see nothing wrong with that logic there.
Nobody expected this Lion team to look the way they have been looking. The offense is looking insanely good right now. They seem to be gelling.
Yeah,
My dog is not shutting up.
Well, pet the dog. What are you doing?
He wants to play.
Pet the dog and let him run on his way.
He's not running. He wants attention. And I can't give him the attention right now.
Bad dog owner over here. That guy right there. Or
no.
Anyway, please don't cancel me. It's just him. Just remember that. What's it called? No, but it's the NFC North and the NFC West right now are the two best divisions right now. They absolutely are. In the NFC at least. At the very least, I would even put the NFL. Because right now, you got to look at the NFC North. The Packers are lead right now. They're at 4-1-1. The Lions are 5-2. The Bears are 4-2 right now. And they're on a 4-1 streak. And then you have the NFC West where 3 of the teams are 5-2. 3 teams right now in the NFC West are 5-2. To me, this was going to be the bottom half of the NFC conference being bad, and 3 of them are 5-2. And you know what really, really sucks?
Somehow the 49ers are looking like the next coming of the best offense in this league with nobody on the team.
You know what's really sad about this division? Is the Cardinals 2-5, but I really don't even feel like they're a 2-5 team, and it irks me. Arizona fans, I am so sorry for everything you're going through because they have been so consistent with getting points, and they just can't seem. It's the defense right now screwing them over because they cannot, for the life of them, hold the lead. They just keep losing the game in like a final drive scenario or in the fourth quarter scenario.
4-point situations.
4 points or less, dude. They've been losing by 4 points or less in 5 games. All 5 of their losses have happened in 4 points or less. That's crazy. That's nuts. It's so sad. I feel so bad for Arizona. And granted, I'm a Giants fan. We're 2-5 too, but we look like we're supposed to be 2-5.
Looks like 2-5.
Our record looks like 2-5. They don't feel like they should be 2-5. That's so sad.
Because listen, if you give up 19 points, if you give up a 19-point deficit in the fourth quarter,
33, man. 33. They gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know.
33 points in one damn quarter. I'll make it even better.
Yeah.
They scored 33 points in 10 minutes.
6 minutes, actually. It was 6 minutes. Don't give them an extra 4 minutes. I
want to know what happened. I just want to know what happened with this game. What happened?
I can't tell you because out of a consecutive, I don't know how many. I think it was like 1,106 games.
1,601 games. 1,600.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was close. So yeah, the team that leads by 19 points in the fourth quarter has won, and the Giants are the only team in NFL history to give up 33 points in 6 minutes. I mean, hey, you said this about the Rangers. New York teams are definitely in the history books, but in the wrong direction.
Hey Siri, please play Migraine from 21 Pilots. I'm so sick of it, dude. It's just Jackson Dart was appalled after that game. He was just sitting there going, I'm on this team for another 3 years. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm on this team for 3 years. I wonder if me and Scatterbo can get a trade to another team.
What do you think is going through neighbors' mind being at home?
Not
watching
even
that
playing.
utter collapse?
Can't stay healthy, the guy.
Can't stay healthy. He got injured 1 year. Calm down.
He got injured the last season, too. Podcast listeners, Dan yelling at his dog, verbally abusing. I'm gonna put the subtitles in there after the video and post.
Say hi. So here's my dog, guys.
There you go. There's the dog. His name is Alfie.
Yeah, my brother named him.
Yeah,
after his D&D character.
After his D&D character that he doesn't play anymore.
Eric plays D&D still.
Oh, does he still play D&D?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get into it. I can't. Because you know what? Because as a Giants fan, I feel like I'm always rolling one, and it's really sad. So I don't even want to play D&D.
We're getting the critical worst rolls ever as New York sports fans.
33 points. 33 points in one quarter in 6 minutes. You're scoring so much in 6 minutes. There's a problem. And I don't want to hear about one thing or the other being the issue because the kicker missed 2 extra points. First off, he better have been fired.
By 2 points.
He better have been
still on the roster because I don't see news that he's been let go.
You know why? Because I think they're trying to hide the body is what's going on here. Because he should have been left in
Denver.
Who
do you think took the body?
I don't know, but he should have been left in Denver. And then you have Dart, who threw that disgusting interception in the fourth quarter. Like, I understand, and you know what? Here's the tricky thing, right? That interception happened. You can curse me out for it. that interception that Jackson Dart threw. I said that he should
attacked by my dog over here.
Okay, and continue. My God. Anyway, as I was saying, let him attack you. That's not my concern. My concern is I'm trying to give information. God. Jackson Dart threw that interception, but I wanted them to throw that play. I did. I wanted them to throw that play. I didn't want them to run that ball because I didn't trust the defense, who was already giving enough points to stop to be able to stop the offense.
I was taken out anyway that he didn't play a snap in the fourth quarter.
I don't know.
I'm very curious.
Could have been an injury. I don't know. I don't remember if it was an injury. I don't remember what it was, but there probably was an injury or something like that. It could have been.
And another thing. In the last 2 minutes, why are you dropping back 8 men? Why are you playing to prevent in the last 2 minutes of the game?
Not even that. All right, let's talk about the fact that in the last 2 minutes of the game, or not even the last 2 minutes of the game, let's talk about the fact that they just couldn't. They couldn't when they were on offense. When they were on offense, if they didn't get that lucky defensive pass interference, we wouldn't even be talking about. But just lost because that pass interference is what did it. Right? They only get into the end zone because of that pass interference at the end there, which, by the way, Broncos fans, yes, it was an actual pass interference, non-biasness. That was a pass interference. You could argue with your mother about it, but it was a pass interference.
Hey, it's kind of poetic the way the Broncos won after how they lost the game against the Chargers.
Dude,
the Colts.
The Colts. Yeah, that was that game. But yeah, dude.
It's kind of poetic they won that way.
But the Giants should not have been. They needed a first down. All they needed to do was drive. If the Giants would have played, here's the thing, right? If the offense
run the clock.
When they were losing, they needed to get a touchdown. But if they would have just milked the clock to get 8 yards in to then throw a touchdown, they could have done that. They had 2 minutes on the clock, and all they kept doing was going directly to the end zone with 2 minutes on the clock. With the time remaining, and Denver has no timeouts. They just kept going to the end zone. Do a couple of first down plays. You could afford the time to get first down, spike the ball if you need to, or run another play quickly. But the play calling wasn't there for that. The play calling didn't do that. The play calling is like, throw it deep. Throw it deep. Let's get a bomb. Throw it deep. There's 3 defenders in the guy. It doesn't matter. Throw a bomb. It was like, what are we doing? Why is that the play right now? We didn't need to have Denver go back on the clock to get another touchdown. What we needed was for you guys to milk that clock out, get the touchdown, and have them have, like, no time left on the clock to get anything. But instead, you did that with 2 minutes left, and you gave them plenty of time to get back in there and actually, get in there. And then they had 33 seconds left, which in this day and age is like nothing, apparently. That could just be done. Then you took a bad call right off the what's it called? Right off the kickoff, was it that they got that they got that one penalty that sent it to the 40 already? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Just undisciplined, horrible
that made
football.
them get into field goal position. That whole drive could have been avoided. Because you give up the penalty that gets them into our field position, and you just, I don't even know. Then you give up. Didn't they also have a penalty happen?
That's what I was saying. There was a penalty. Yeah, that's what I said. There was a penalty that cost them yards to basically give them the first down and whatnot, and they got in there and they got a big play to Sutton, which puts them in position already.
Yeah, Sutton with the catch that went out of bounds.
And then it's just like you gave them so much. You guys gave them so much in that fourth quarter. That was terrible. Giants defense was terrible. The play calling was terrible on defense. That was awful. The play calling on offense was terrible in the last freaking quarter. It's just I don't care. I'm a Giants fan. Dayball's a fraud. He is. He's relying on the backs of the fact that the players that they have are better than not. Like he's relying on the fact that Jackson Dart has had the ability to go out there and make the plays, but he himself is not doing good play calling. It was terrible. He put up a lot of points, and then they let up a lot of points. That was just garbage. One player, Flott being out, should not be the entire demise to your defense. It shouldn't. It should not. And if that is a problem, then we need to fix that. So for me right now, I don't know if the Giants are buyers or not. They're 2-5. They are in a division that's grabbable where they could make it into the playoffs. But no, I'm fine without it because right now there's too much competition. Every division leader, they're not winning the NFC East. That's not happening. They're not going to win over the Eagles. They're not going to win over.
To beat the Eagles again.
They're not going to. They could beat the Eagles, but they're not going to win over the Eagles in the division. They're not going to beat the Cowboys in division, and I don't even think they're going to beat the Washington Commanders in division. So like, they could just very well be fourth in this division for the entirety of the season. Is whatever. That's just up to them. They. And I'm not saying that it has to be. They could very well do good. They have been playing good offense. It's just their defense is terrible. It was horrible. 33 points in one quarter is unacceptable.
I think either way at the end of the year, Brian Daboll's dad's job is going to be at risk.
They're not going to cut him at the end of the season.
I think he needs to hit 5 wins for it to be like, oh, okay, you can come back.
No,
if he doesn't hit that 5-win mark,
they'll keep him. They're going to give him at least one more season. They're going to do it. Because Jackson Dart, this is not a continuation of the same Giants regime that he had. With Jackson Dart here, it's a whole new game for him. So now he has another chance because he picked the right guy. They went with it, and they got Jackson Dart on recommendation, and he went, and he's a Dayball guy. So they're definitely going to keep him for this season at the very least. And if he doesn't do good next season, they might cut him to the curb.
So you're giving them both another year?
Yeah.
And
Yep, they're going to. I don't want it to be that way, but they're going to. 100%. 100%. They just got Jackson Dart and Scatabo on your team. You're not getting rid of them. You're just going to chalk it up to, okay, you need better defense. And now they're going to look for something else to build on. And that's going to be it. They're not going to look at this as it's their fault, even though a lot of fans will say it's their fault, myself included. You're muted. Oh, you're right.
I said it's not even the defense. Like, okay, yeah, we need a better secondary.
It's defense.
But Jesus fucking Christ, it's the defense. It's the defense play calling.
It's the defense play calling. It's defense.
8 men back in fucking prevent.
Play calling was horrible.
Why?
And calling is horrible. They need a new defensive coordinator.
When you saw the pressure you were getting and how it was affecting Bo Nix the whole game.
Yeah. And suddenly
why are you dropping back and prevent defense?
And then on top of that, again, it's like you have that, and then the defense in general is just really not that great to begin with. Like the linebacker core still needs to be better. They do. It just
if you go to field generals at D end or even the middle linebacker core, you're not dropping back and prevent defense with 2 minutes.
No.
Not even 3 minutes remaining.
Especially not even when because you got to look because when the Broncos had a chance to shut out the game, they sent their guy still. They still blitzed because they saw it was working, and that's the difference between the teams. They had it going on, but
I don't understand. Like, okay, maybe you have to say Dexter Lawrence, Burns, Thibodeau, and Carter have to do a little bit more. Yeah, but if the play calling isn't for them to keep on doing what they're doing, how are they going to continue to get the job done and apply more pressure?
Yeah, no.
What, you're going to go against the defensive coordinator and make your own play?
They need all 4 of those guys going in every play because that's all they need. They only need to rush forward. They don't even need a blitz. They could blitz; it'll be better, but they don't have linebackers for that. They just don't have the linebackers. I've been saying
this since week 1. Stop dropping these 4 men back into fucking coverage.
Yeah.
Or Abdul Carter and Burns. Why?
But yeah, but this team is not.
You need Dexter Lawrence and the other tackle to help. Was it Alexander that was playing again or no?
Darius Alexander. I don't know if he was playing this game. I didn't hear his name called once.
You need them. You need both tackles to do their job and to apply to not have the pressure on the double team. Take the pressure on the double team off them by sending Abdul Carter, Thibodeau, and Burns. Why are we stopping that?
Because it's their play calling is bad. It's a lot of stuff that's going on here. Their play calling is not good. Their defense coordinator is ass, and their defense in general is just not meant for it yet. Like season, I love Flott and I love Drew Phillips. I thought they were 2 good backs, and Adebo. I thought he's good too. But I don't like Deonte Banks. I don't, and our safeties need work. We do need safety. Javon Holland was injured that game, so he wasn't even able to play. And then Nubbin is all right, but we need better safeties back there as well. A lot of stuff needs to change on this defense. But regardless, I don't know if the Giants are buyers. They could be. They might. They've been in talks about them getting Waddle. Their talks have been going after Waddle and Chris Olave. Chris Olave, I don't want them getting. I don't want Olave on this team. He's too fragile. He's not. We don't need 2 fragile wide receivers on the team. Don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't. Don't put Chris Olave here. I'm okay without him. Again, I'm fine with Robinson, but I would like to see Waddle here. Waddle would be a nice pickup because Waddle with Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors, that's a pretty damn nasty wide receiver core.
You have Wan'Dale in the slot and Neighbors and Waddle
as your number 1 and 2, and that would be awesome. That would be amazing. And then you have Scadabo and Tracy as your 1 and 2 in the backs. That's set. Now all you need to get up that O-line in the draft, and you're good. And then you just have to make sure your defense gets out there, or you can just try to do what everyone else is doing and win by offense and do that. But I mean, it's just not. It's not possible. They have the least amount of points. Huh.
I'm so confused here. I'm looking at the NFC North, right?
Yeah.
And under the conference for the Green Bay Packers, they have them 0-3-1. They didn't tie against a conference team. Oh, the NFC conference.
Yeah, conference.
I got it. Oh, okay.
What are you talking about? You mean did you confuse what a division and a conference was just now?
Yes, okay. I did for a minute.
Right. That's wanted to make sure. All right. I'm hiring for the podcast if anyone is interested.
That was just me looking at my brain needed to say something for that.
One guy is too busy and the other guy is Dan here, and I need help here. Please, someone send me support.
Hey, I had the comedic value in sometimes.
Yeah. No. I need Tylenol. No, but it's I just think that right now the Giants the direction they need to go into at the moment is they need to if they go after Waddle, they can't give up first. They just can't. I think I saw something about them going for him for a second and a fifth, and I'm okay with that. But let's not give up a first for Waddle. I'd rather go through the draft and pick up another wide receiver. That's what we want to do.
To make it more interesting.
That's fine. I don't even want Hyatt on this team anymore. I'm over it. The conversation about Hyatt's done. I don't want Hyatt.
Speaking of that, Hyatt had no effort in that Jackson Dart pass. That could have sealed the game for us too. And everybody's saying Jackson Dart overthrew him. No, he stopped giving effort in that play.
He doesn't have the awareness.
Hyatt could have got to.
He doesn't have the awareness. He like looks at the ball and it takes him too long to pinpoint it to realize he has to run. It's the thing. He definitely slowed up when the ball was past him. And that's just not okay. Like it was. And I do think the throw could have been better, but not enough to where he couldn't have caught that ball. Like, I think that he definitely
totally made an effort to get that ball.
Absolutely. He could have made a better effort. I think that it was not the best throw, but I think it was a way better throw than it was an effort. It was a catchable ball. I'm not saying that, Dan. God. I'm saying it was catchable. I'm agreeing with you. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to criticize what I'm going to criticize. And I criticize the throw a tad bit. But I criticize the catch more. There's no effort on that catch. He just stopped. He was looking and he couldn't pinpoint it. It looked like he was standing and getting ready for a ball in the outfield to pop
down. He got past the second defender. He stopped running.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
So, like, he just doesn't have the awareness. The kid just does not have it. I'm sorry. The Jalen Hyatt experiment for me, over. Done. I'm okay with them getting rid of him. Sorry. But I just am. Send him to Dallas. We'll do a 1-for-1 trade. George Pickens for Jalen Hyatt. Just do it and let's get it over with. Everyone, that's what everyone really wants to say. That's the big thing that we're talking about here. No, but you know what? I did have a mock trade here.
That would be a dirty 1-2 punch.
I know, but I would love that. But I did have a mock trade that is a bad one. Don't get me wrong. Anyone who does it is a bad mock trade. But I could see it being beneficial both teams.
It's a Madden mock trade.
Right now, no, not a Madden mock trade. No, definitely not. I mean, no, not even. I don't think it would be accepted in Madden either. But I would say if you were to do a sign and trade right now for the Giants, I would trade George Pickens to the Giants for Jalen Hyatt, actually included into this. Jalen Hyatt, a 3rd-round pick, and Kayvon Thibodeau. And send him over there for Pickens and sign Thibodeau and sign Pickens. And this way, the Cowboys, but the Cowboys right now wouldn't take that deal. That's bad on the Cowboys. It is because Jalen Hyatt's not anywhere near to George Pickens, right? We already know that the skill comparison is way vast different. But
speaking of Cowboys trades, I have one too.
What's your Cowboys trade?
I have them going for a pass rusher.
What do you have?
Do you know who? I have them going for 2 pass rushers, probably. And this might come as a shock, one of them.
Hendrickson.
But the other one I can...
From the Bengals is one that I thought of.
No.
Who would
you don't
say?
even have the 2 guys that I have in mind.
Go ahead.
This is probably going to shock you. Mason Crosby from the Raiders.
What?
Mason Crosby or Nick Bosa?
What? How are you getting that? What? You're the Cowboys. Run me through this.
Listen, this is Jerry Jones, the gambler.
He
will get it done.
Run me through this. What's your trade?
I don't know. But I do think that they can get Mason Crosby.
Run me through this. I want to hear your thought process behind this. I'll give you my thought process for why they would trade Pickens for Thibodeau or whatever the case is. Not that great of a trade, but if you don't plan on signing Pickens, then it's a good way to get rid of him, and you get capital and Kayvon Thibodeau, which is a decent pass rusher. He's not crazy, but he's decent. And you get capital for him if you're not planning on re-signing him. I don't think Cowboys... Well, actually, you know what I was going to say? I don't think Cowboys fans are expecting to win it all, but Cowboys fans, they could be 0-17. They'll still say it's their year, so it's a little bit different. But no, unless you have a reason for that, man, I don't know. Mason Crosby, Nick Bosa, those are 2 steep players. That's not someone that you just get for like what I just said. That's steep. And Mason Crosby will never leave the Raiders. That's not happening. He's a Raiders for life, 100%.
It's Max Crosby, not Mason.
Max Crosby, sorry, Mason. But I don't know, Mason, who was that? Was the kicker? Mason Crosby's the kicker? But Max Crosby.
I can see the Lions going after Trey Hendrickson.
For what, though?
For a second-round pick.
Second for Hendrickson. I don't know. Maybe they could. I mean, they could. I mean, their defense is already pretty damn good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they make that trade. I could see it if didn't they just re-sign him too? Didn't the Bengals just re-sign him? But I think they could. Oh, it might have been a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, maybe they could possibly trade him for it. That would be great for the Lions. That would be great. But I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do that. I think the Lions have had pretty damn good success rate when it comes to drafting their players. I say just keep going with the trades. Keep going with the picks. Just get your picks and run and keep doing it because they're doing so solid at developing young talent. It just they keep having such good luck with that. It's crazy to me how much they're actually getting out of their rookies or how much they're actually getting out of their players that are young. It's nuts. It really is nuts to me. I think that the Cowboys need the pass rush more, obviously, since getting rid of one of the best pass rushers. Actually, how is he doing? Because you know what? Pass rushers this year, pretty weird, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like we've seen a weird season when it comes to pass rushers. Huh?
Not that many sacks this year.
No, not many. And then on top of that, not people that you would expect to be at the top either. That's a whole different thing. It's like you don't really have much going on when it comes to sacks. Like the sack leaders right now is I don't think anyone's kind of expecting it, but it's Brian Burns. Brian Burns and Byron Young of the Rams are the top two at 9 sacks right now. I don't think anyone had either one of these guys being the dude, And then you have Nick Benito with 8 sacks, Jonathan Cooper with Denver again with 6 sacks, and Aiden Hutchinson with 6. Hutchinson is not getting back there like he was last year. Myles Garrett has 1 sack on.
Yeah, that's insane to me that Myles Garrett only has 1 sack this year.
And to me, he is like the best defensive lineman. He is like the best edge rusher there is. And he's got 1 sack. That's crazy. You know who they need to trade right now? They need to trade Myles Garrett for Jalen Hyatt and a 2nd-round pick to the Giants. Just one for one with the draft pick. Even your dog liked it. He came into the room interested in it. See, it gets people coming in here. That's what I think actually they need to do. Because the Giants need more pass rushing, clearly, because they want to send all their other guys into pass coverage. So they need more pass rushers so they can actually pass rush. That's desperately what they need.
Yep, definitely.
100%. No, but it's a weird season for sacks. Like none of these guys that are up here that I'm expecting. Benito, for sure. Benito up there is fine. Hutchinson is fine. But I'm not expecting Jonathan Cooper. I'm not expecting Byron Young, and I'm not expecting Brian Burns right now in week 7 to be leading in sacks. And that could very much change in the matter of a game. That could very well change. But it's a crazy season for stats this year in general. Like the top receiver in the league right now is Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Yeah.
I love them. I love him, and I love the Seahawks right now. I love the Seahawks right now.
The Seahawks are looking good, but don't get me wrong, Sam Darnold made a big mistake yesterday. Like, how do you give with that safety he had?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that and not just hold on to the ball and not give 2 points instead of 7?
It's bad. It's bad, but that's they won the game. They won the game. It sucks, and it was bad. But he's been playing good all season. I've liked how he's played all season. The offense is just really good. And that's a team I think that you could buy into right now. Like, if you had to pick, if you had a, could I ask you on the spot, do you have them already ready for you? Like, do you have 2 teams in the NFC and the AFC you put in your conference championships right now if they were in the playoffs? Like, do you have to? Detroit. So, sorry, NFC on the NFC side. You have Detroit and who? Do you have anyone like what's your other team here that you have versus them? Because the NFC is so up for grabs right now, I feel like the Lions, I think, are the team to go through. But I think that there's some interesting matchups that we could see, and I think it's hard to kind of gauge. Like I honestly would love right now. I would
The Eagles making the conference this year.
No, you don't.
No.
I would love to see who
They've been looking very inconsistent, and yeah, their record are 5-2, but it just every game is just so inconsistent for me. And their scoring differential is only 5 points. So Jalen Hurts is not doing what Jalen Hurts normally does. That's why I said he's not looking like a top quarterback.
He finally got AJ Brown and finally he got him both in.
After the second touchdown, said, "This is what happens when you throw me the effing ball."
Yeah.
No. Like obviously.
Yeah. You like I said at the beginning of the game, having Barkley back there is amazing, but you need to give him a break. You can't expect him to run and run and run and run, and then come out. Time out real quick. I want to test something. Barkley.
I think it was me talking, not you.
Okay, that's why. Because I saw him come in when I said Barkley came in the room with his ears up. I was like, all right. I just wanted to see. I was like, did you hear me say Barkley? And I was like,
funny enough, my other team making the conference. I can't say Tampa Bay because they're injuries. You don't know when they're getting back.
That's a problem.
That wide receiver core.
That's a problem. Which really sucks.
I can't say
Tampa
Bay
was
right
like
now.
my guy. Tampa was my team. Tampa was my team like all season. Like they've been doing so fun.
I have to give it to Seattle then. The way that these two teams are looking at right now. Like the 49ers, okay, yeah, I get it. They're 5-2, but at the same time, this whole practice squad team they have rolling with, how long is this momentum going to last for them?
I'm actually cheering for San Fran. I'm cheering for San Fran.
Don't get me wrong, I had them first in their division.
Their story,
but at the same time,
their story right now is
I did not expect them to get injured.
Their story is so good because they are so injured every game. They don't have people out there. I'm almost certain they got fan tryouts coming in this week to see who could take over for Mac Jones just in case. Like,
I think they're doing better than last year with the same situation.
That's the funny thing about football. This. That's what's funny about football, dude. That's exactly what's funny about football. Like,
I would love to be like, oh, my sleeper team for the conference is San Fran, but it's like, dude, you have a practice squad team going out playing against these teams. Like, oh my God. McCaffrey, don't get me wrong, he had himself a day on running back day, but oh my God.
He's got to be, and I'm sorry, I know that this is I think in the NFC East, he's the best running back
in the league.
Do you put him Jonathan Taylor?
Huh?
You put him over Jonathan Taylor?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
But McCaffrey has been consistent year after year. Whether he was on a bad team like the Panthers, he was very consistent at the running back position, proving why he was a top dog. And that Panthers team, what? They had Cam at the time?
You said top dog.
And they made the playoffs.
I'll put that out there.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. But yeah, he had Cam, and they were doing good, and they made the Super Bowl. Or no, they were one win away from the Super Bowl, right? Or did they make it?
They made it with Cam. They lost against the Broncos.
Yeah. But Jesus Christ, every team after that was just bad for the Panthers, and it was Barkley you were talking to. Or not Barkley, my bad. You were talking about McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's really good, and I doubted him.
He's been the most talked about running back year after year.
I've doubted him.
And okay, yeah, he had his ACL injury, but man, it did not slow him down like it slowed down Adrian Peterson. He got better after the injury, in my opinion.
Peterson still had a great time even after the ACL injury. He was just later in his career. He still did good though. Yeah, he still kind of good. You know what's crazy to me about McCaffrey? Honestly, you know what the funny thing about McCaffrey is? Is that McCaffrey
I'm ignoring you. I have to.
has to ignore his dog, people. In the arms of an angel. Only you can save Dan's dog for just 95 cents a day or one subscription to YouTube. That would help out. But you want to know what's funny though? What I find hilarious about McCaffrey? Out of everything, right? For running back, for running yards, he's 12th in running back, like rushing yards. He's 12th. But,
Yeah, but
that's not the twist, though. You want to hear the more messed up thing?
What?
Is that he's the 8th best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, he's always been that dual threat guy.
He is the 8th best wide receiver in the league.
He can mess you up in the backfield, or he can go out and catch a ball and make plays.
He has 22 yards less than Amon-Ra St. Brown and 12 yards less than Justin Jefferson. He's doing better than Drake London, Cortland Sutton, Stephon Diggs, Chris Olave. I'm naming all the receivers that are like supposed to be elite. And first off, and then I went, oh God, wow, I didn't even see he was this low. How the hell? You know what? I actually don't even doubt it because I didn't like him in the first place. I thought the Steelers got shafted on that whole thing. DK Metcalf, not a number one receiver. He's an example, shining example of not a number one receiver. He's just not. He's one of those guys that are like big for nothing. It's unfortunate. Like he has plays here and there, but he's not a number one receiver. He's just not. He's the 22nd best wide receiver, and there are rookies up here that you don't even know their names, and they're up here before him. Trey McBride has more yards than him, and he's on a bye week right now this week, which is really sad. Oh, you know what about receiving yards? You know what's really sad, actually? Like what's really depressing about this season is that a guy that everyone's been talking about recently, not his whole career, but recently, which is Mike Evans, was going to surpass Jerry Rice for most 1,000-yard seasons consecutively this season if he would have played every game. He came back from injury, and in the same game, he got injured, and he's going to be gone for a majority of the season. And there's just no way he can get like 600 and plus yards with 2 to 3 games remaining. It's real sad. It's a terrible situation because I think he deserved that. He did deserve to go in and really break this record. He would have been great to break this record, and he's unfortunately injured. That's he's not right now as wide receiver. He's not even a part of the top 50 wide receivers for yards because of how many injuries he's been a part of. It's sad. It's terrible to think that. It really is terrible to think that.
Yeah, it is. But going back to my AFC team.
Oh yeah, AFC. Oh yeah. Well, so hold on. Your NFC is who? The Lions and the Lions and the Seahawks. You said.
Seahawks.
Okay. And then your AFC teams.
AFC teams.
This is going over just right now. It doesn't have to be by the end of the season. We'll probably do this again later on.
The shocker.
Okay. Wait.
Colts versus Chiefs.
Oh, Colts versus Chiefs. Not the shocker I thought you were going to give me. Not the one that I thought you were gonna put out there. I can kind of see that. I mean, like, I could see it. A shocker to me would be a shocker to me right now. I think a shocking series that would be a fun throwback or whatever the case would be like the Patriots versus the Steelers. But I think that the AFC right now, if I am going to pick the strongest teams, if I have to go against them, my two teams right now, it's going to be the Bills versus Denver. That's my pick at the conference right now. Is probably going to be Bills versus Denver. I do think that the Chiefs are going to still get in there, but I'm hoping that someone knocks them out early enough. Not because I'm a hater of them. I just honestly would like to see something new, and I would love to see the Bills actually make the Super Bowl or the Broncos again. I would love to see that be a thing and have some different blood in there besides Patrick Mahomes and whatnot, because I don't see them beating any team on the NFC side that you can go against, really, because I think it's going to come down to Detroit or it's going to come down to Detroit or I think Philly again, even though I know you disagree, but I think it's going to come down to Detroit or Philly. But my conference matchup is, I think, similar to yours. I would love to put the Seahawks up there, right? I think there are inconsistencies, and I just don't know if Sam Darnold's going to get it down in crunch time. I'm going to take the boring route for both sides on the AFC and AFC side. I'm going to put
Detroit.
I'm going to put Detroit and the Philly. I'm putting Detroit and the Eagles again. I'm just going to put them up there. I don't really see another NFC team right now that for me is going to grab over Philly. Maybe the Seahawks. I would love to see the prediction actually come right. I would love to see Detroit versus Philly. Detroit versus the Seahawks. But I just think that the Eagles are going to get it done in crunch time. I think they just have the experience in there. I think they're going to get it done. And then the AFC side, I think it's right now in week 7, I have the Bills and Broncos. That's where I have it at. That's my personal pick. I think the Bills are going to come back and bounce back. They have their game this week is against Carolina. I think it's like not an easier game because Carolina is actually 4-3 and they won their last 4 games. But I think that stops this week against the Bills. I do think the Bills beat them. And then they're coming off the bye as well. So hopefully that was a good rest for them because they really were slumping in the last 3 games. And then you have and then you have Philly. I think Philly's just oh, no, sorry, not Philly. The Broncos. Philly. The Broncos are coming off of a big win against the Giants. Even though everyone had them winning that game, no one had the Giants except for me. I even bet on the Giants this week, guys. I had a parlay. I was 2 seconds.
Don't even say. I kept this Giant game close. Okay, I don't know if you saw my prediction for this game, and it was a 2-point game. I got the score wrong.
I had the
Giants losing 28-30. So I had faith in the Giants to get the points.
But you still counted them out.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, because the Broncos, man. I did not expect the Broncos to drop, again, 33 freaking points in the last 6 minutes of the game.
I hate this conversation. With every fiber of my being. I hate this conversation.
It was going to happen because
I'm so over it. I'm so freaking over it. I don't even want to hear about the Giants right now, dude. I don't.
Oh, this is going to be the topic conversation of the week.
It is, because it's terrible. It's terrible.
It's so atrociously bad.
Oh, my God.
You gave up a 19-point lead and claimed the W.
Oh, Dan's lagging. He's got robotic right now. He might be going through some interference. Now you're back. No, your camera's a little whatever, but it's okay. But yeah, now I have. It's definitely the topic of the week, 100%. You can't, as a Giants fan, you're not going to be able to escape it this week. I know I'm not going to escape it this week, and I'm going to have to deal with this until the Philly game. And if they lose to Philly, that's it. You might as well just count your blessings that you even got 2 wins, right? But it was fun to have hope for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It did feel nice to have the hope. And I still do have hope because you know what? Dart's playing great. I like Dart a lot. I said this at the beginning of the season. I know everyone's only giving him, he only has 3 games, 2 games, preseason, or whatever. You could tell, man. You could tell by looking at someone.
I saw today that Aqib Talib and Skip Bayless and whatever they're doing, Aqib Talib saying that Jackson Dart was the reason they lost this game.
Probably the interception.
Hello?
I'm sorry. And this is why I say, right? Like, I don't care that we're podcasters just from New York.
He's not going to be a superstar quarterback in this league.
The
way he's playing right now, he looks elite.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, for me, it's like, he did throw a bad pass. He threw a terrible pass, and I will knock him for that when it happens. Here's the thing. I could be biased, or I could be unbiased. And when I'm unbiased, I'm going to let you know that Jackson Dart is a great QB.
He has to learn to stop throwing balls away.
That's the thing. Man. It's like I was okay with them doing a pass play, but him throwing that ball, unnecessary. You could have just ran. I would have rather you run and take the hit to try to get the first. But throwing that ball when you're all set, you had to jump. You had like your foot was off a defender. You were trying to escape tackles, and you threw it when your foot's not even set. You were asking for trouble. I saw what he was looking at. I knew he wanted to get it to, I think it was Theo Johnson, who was making the cut across. But you have two defenders there. Your foot is not set, and you're just lobbing it, hoping to get it, and you threw it directly into his hands. Like, it was not the play. But that's, again, what we're going to see here. Rookie mistakes. He's going to have to go back and watch film and understand where he needs to be humbled. He's got to be humbled. This was a humbling experience. You saw it on the sidelines, dude. The sidelines, he was just like, he was stunned. He was stunned. He was absolutely stunned. And he had the right to be. He was stunned. Because you know what? He put up 32 points against one of the best defenses in the league. In their home.
Shutting them down and making them look like
with the elevation. In the Broncos Stadium, he did that. But
this is a team that talked massive crap, too, the whole week leading up to it.
And they still did, even after the game. They talked so much crap. So much crap.
This was a team that looked absolutely pathetic. This was a Giants team that...
No star wide receiver. No star wide receiver.
The first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And you throw that all away just because you're a horrendous fourth quarter.
Yeah, and you know, we could talk about all the good things that the Giants did and whatnot, but at the end of the game...
That's my question.
At the end of the game, they lost. You know, and that's like the problem. So they're going to talk shit, and you know what? We didn't beat them, so they have the right to talk shit. That's just how it goes, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, Denver can't even have the right to talk shit with how bad they looked.
They do. They get the right.
Won.
They won.
I get to get the right.
That was a historical comeback. They have the right. That was a historical
shit against.
That's like saying the Super Bowl. But that's like saying in the Super Bowl, you know, you had the Patriots come back from 28-3 and they won that game. That they don't have the right to talk shit. They had the right to talk shit. They came back, astronomical comeback there, 33 points, historical. History has been made against the 2025 New York Giants.
Right?
No, it was against the what? No, it was against the Falcons.
Oh yeah, the Falcons.
No, you're thinking the Seahawks versus the Broncos when they killed the Broncos.
The Dolphins or the Falcons just.
Yeah, Matt Ryan and them. That was horrible.
Don't know. I don't know how you give up.
I know how. Are you kidding me? It's Tom Brady.
28-4.
It's Tom Brady. Of course, I know how the hell they did it. It's Tom Brady.
28-0.
28-3.
Man.
28-3 in the half. They came back and they won. It's Tom Brady.
Oh,
that's the reason why. There's a reason why there's a difference.
Not only that, he had the Seattle comeback too, where they didn't run the ball into the end zone and threw the pick.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
There is a reason. I'm sorry. There is a reason why he is the greatest quarterback of all time. And there's too many reasons to list them off. You could say Deflategate, asterisk, whatever bullshit excuse you use. He's the greatest QB. There's no debating it.
Look, I'm sorry, but this is a thing with all sports. If you're the best at what you do, you're always going to get hate. You're always going to be the most hated. You're always going to be, oh, you should not be the GOAT. And yeah, I get it. Montana was perfect in the Super Bowl or in the they didn't lose in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was 5-0.
But at the same time, it's like you're not going to hold the six wins Tom Brady had.
7.
Or the 7 wins he had over that.
No,
the fact
I am.
that
100%.
came from comeback victories.
100%, I am. That picture actually back here. Can I put my thumb to it? Where's my camera? That.
No, I don't see
this thing right here, where I'm pointing at right now. This little thing, this brown thing right here. That's actually a giant Joe Montana framed picture with his autograph and everything like that. It's a whole thing. I'll show it off maybe on stream one day. I have a bunch of sports memorabilia that I have that I can show off, like my jerseys. They're just not hung up well. Nothing's really up there correctly right now. I wore that jersey last night. It's kind of why it's a little crooked at the moment. But yeah, no, it's no, yeah. I think that Yeah, he is the greatest QB. I don't want to keep talking about him though, because I feel like we constantly come back to Tom Brady every podcast somehow. I hate doing that. Yeah, no,
I don't actually do it either. I just think it's the quarterback on how the way that it's just been. We're trying to compare the next quarterback to who's the next Tom
I know.
Brady, and I
It's
think it's
Mahomes.
clear
It
cut
is
that
Mahomes.
I think it's clear
Mahomes.
cut that it's between Mahomes and Allen.
Nah, it's Mahomes.
But
Josh Allen
needs to beat Mahomes in order to be in that topic.
No,
for me.
It's not even remotely close. To me, it comes more than just who wins and who loses. It comes down to a mindset. It comes down to how I feel they view the field. It comes down to a lot of things. I think Mahomes right now is the best QB in the league. There is no bar none, no nothing. Josh Allen is there too. But when you take I'll say the top 4 quarterbacks is whoever you want to put fifth, whether it be Jalen Hurts or whoever you want to put there, I think there's an interchangeable spot and there's a debate. But we know the top 4 quarterbacks in the league is pretty much undisputed. The pretty much undisputed top 4, which is Mahomes, Allen, what's it called, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. Those are the top 4, not in order, by the way. I didn't put those in order. That's like 4 people.
Even that can be rotated around because
that was in my order.
Lamar looks like a guy that could be the top quarterback in the league, and then he goes to have a season like he's having this year. Like it's very shaky with him. I
have the way I talked to Vic about this, I think, and the way I have the quarterback situation being right is Mahomes to me. Mahomes is Tom Brady. Mahomes is Tom Brady. Yeah. And then after that is Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, because of his lack of winning and how he ends up falling in the playoffs constantly, to Mahomes every season.
But he's winning the game nonetheless.
I have him being Peyton Manning. He's the Peyton Manning of the show. He's great, but he's not better than Brady. Argue with your mother. All Peyton Manning fans argue with your mother. He's not better than Brady. He's just not. He's a great QB, one of the best to ever live, but he's not better than Brady. Second,
too. Oh, okay. Go on your topic.
I have Joe Burrow and I have Lamar Jackson. Right, Lamar Jackson is, if you had to put in the past like good quarterbacks of the league, Lamar Jackson to me is
Michael Vick.
No, I'm talking about like the last generation. I mean, like, yeah, I guess he was a part of that too, but no. If I had to, no, you know what? He's sort of like the I don't know how I get this comparison to him. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's because of the fact that he's athletic, and I think the fact that he has the same kind of arm. But I also think it's just because I don't view him as good as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. I think he can be, but I just don't think he is. But I have him being at the Ben Roethlisberger spot in the AFC to me.
I don't get how you get that comparison at all.
All right, so Ben Roethlisberger was an amazing QB, right? Agreed? He was a good QB. He was a top 4 in the AFC. Like, at AFC, he was one of your guys. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the league in that thing. Now, I believe that Lamar Jackson is just like that. I think that Roethlisberger could run. He definitely wasn't a runner, but he could run. He was athletic. But he was also a good thrower. He had an arm.
Like that comparison.
He had an arm. Lamar Jackson has an arm. He does have a great arm. I think Lamar Jackson, at the end of his career, could end up being better than Ben Roethlisberger. But out of the 4 quarterbacks, if I'm comparing him, out of the last generation, I'm talking about last generation's QB, that's who he fits most in my mind. Because he's not one of those guys like a Phillip Rivers who's not good. Like, I don't feel like Phillip Rivers. He was good, but he's not elite. I don't feel like he was one of those. That's like 5th quarterback slot kind of thing. And then third quarterback, if I'm going to put him there because he was behind. Or you know what? I either have him being like Ben Roethlisberger or I have him being like the last Aaron Rodgers, the peak Aaron Rodgers. That's where I have him at. You're confused by that, and I understand. That's fine. But because who I have for Joe Burrow is the third best QB to me. Even though I do feel like Lamar Jackson is better than him, but I feel like either one of them, if you want to put him there, would be the Drew Brees of
He
the
has
league.
the better arm strength to me.
Who?
Joe Burrow over Lamar.
Which is why I put him. For me, I put him at the Drew Brees position.
I get the comparison with Lamar and Ben, but at the same time, it's like it's hard not to say Lamar is our generation Michael Vick. Or this generation.
He's better than Michael Vick. He's better than Michael Vick. I put him over Michael Vick. Michael Vick was good, but he was good for a couple seasons. After he had the incident, he came back, he was good still, but he's not top 5. And Michael Vick is not better than Brady. He's not better than.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he has to be a top 5 quarterback. I'm saying the play style that you go off
I wasn't going off of play style.
Yeah,
I was going off comparison of who I feel like are in this league, and as far as like why like go when it comes to their mindset and how they win. I feel like when I said Lamar is Ben Roethlisberger, it's not because of his play style. Absolutely, it would be more towards the Michael Vick play style. He's a runner who throws really good. That's not what I'm comparing. I'm comparing like Joe Burrow is Brady because I feel like sorry, my bad. Mahomes is Brady. Mahomes is Brady because he's just number 1 quarterback. The way he sees the game, the mindset that he has for the game, even if he doesn't always have the best stats in the league, he is that guy. He's the guy that no matter what, you have to fear, right?
Yeah.
Lamar
because
Jackson
he will come from behind just like Brady does and
win a game. And you just never know. And then you have
done it against, and not only to knock him, but he's done it against Allen the last 2 times they faced off in the conference.
Which to me is the reason why Allen is like Peyton Manning, where he's a great QB, has a great mind for the game. But when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to that playoff bout, there's inconsistencies that he has that just he's not able to top Brady.
2 of the 3 games were in the Bill Stadium, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or were they in?
No, they might have been Kansas City that happened to like for home. I don't remember.
I know last year the Bills were the home team, right?
Yeah, because they had like the best record in football. But yeah, no, and I said Big Ben because I feel like if I'm talking him, I have to put him with another elite quarterback that is like of that skill caliber. I'm not talking about like of the play style. I'm talking skill caliber. I like how I feel like their ceiling is. And I feel like he is sort of the Aaron Rodgers or the Ben Roethlisberger.
This quarterback era.
Flacco, it would have to be the generation before because he was a part of that generation. He was a part of the whole Brady and them. He was a part of that generation. So I can't put him.
Who's your Flacco of that era?
Who's my Flacco? So in this generation?
Yeah.
I have to go through the quarterback.
I'm curious to see this one.
If I have to go through the quarterback, give me a second.
It was Ben and Flacco battling just like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
No, but Roethlisberger to me is the better quarterback. Roethlisberger is leagues better to me, the better quarterback. And I actually am a Ravens fan too. Like they were my AFC team to watch. I love their defense. Growing up, I loved watching players like Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs.
I love that defense, man. Ed Reed, Suggs, Ray Lewis. Man.
But I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So when they killed the Giants in the Super Bowl, I was fine with it. I never cared. It was fine because I love the Ravens either way. I love it's more. Don't get me wrong. If it's them versus the Giants, I'm going to cheer for the Giants. But I didn't mind that they killed them, and it is what it is. As far as quarterbacks, who is the Joe Flacco? I think it's between 2 quarterbacks of this generation. Okay. Patrick Mahomes. No, if I have
you
to,
said Patty.
If I have to put who that would be, skill caliber wise, I do feel he's good. I'd put between.
I have a feeling you're going to say Jalen. I don't know why.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Jalen Hurts reminds me of if I had to put him in like to last generation, Jalen Hurts reminds me of oh man, who does he remind me of actually? You know what? Perfectly put. He reminds me of Donovan McNabb, the last Eagles quarterback, the last good Eagle. That's who I have him being. He's got that. He's got that same kind of Eagles like that I'm stone cold killer kind of like ordeal. He's got that same I can do it whenever I want to do attitude without giving you the whole pop and parade. That's what I love about Jalen Hurts is I love his personality. He's just so, we won. Okay, that's great. Let's get on to the next one. We lost. All right, practice harder. Let's get on with it. Just move past it. I love that mentality of him. He's just very to the point. We lost. Suck. Move on. Next game. All right. Yeah, no, I think whatever. He's not going to come sugar. He like does not care. And I love that about him. He's so aloof. He's got that aura, as the kids are saying these days, Dan. Got that aura. No, but
6'7". I still have no idea what that means to be
I
completely
do, but I'm not
honest
even
with you.
repeating it on here. If I had to put Joe Flacco though, Joe Flacco for this generation as far as what we've seen, and I don't want to include him because I feel like he's just too old at this point to be considered a part of this generation. So I'm gonna go with someone else actually, because I was gonna say something like a Matthew Stafford, who could put up numbers, but at the same time, it just is not really enough to get it done every single time. And they both won one. Jared Goff would be another one, but I feel like Jared Goff is worse off. I like Matthew Stafford more than I like Goff. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, but I also feel like he could be better. But I want to say out of this generation, for skill caliber, again, this has nothing to do with personality. This has nothing to do with how they play, like their play style. This has to simply do with how I compare them skill level wise and what I feel, they could be or what they are already. And I feel like this generation's Joe Flacco, oh, Lord, that's hard. It really is hard. I had it between two, but I don't want to include Stafford because Stafford's like not this generation. I don't believe him to be, at least. I feel like he's been here for a while. He's been through the trenches.
I say, if anything, Stafford is like the Phillip Rivers.
No, because you know who's like Phillip Rivers? Again, another same exact comparison of their team is Justin Herbert. Throws a lot of yards, throws a lot of completion, gets a lot of touchdowns, but he just is never going to get it done. I'm sorry, Chargers fans. You're never going to get it done. I just don't believe in it. I don't. He reminds me of exactly like him. It just is. I'm sorry. They don't have the team for it. The management never seems to know how to build a team around the quarterback. You want to know who I
see as the Eli? Well,
Eli Manning. Who you got? Eli Manning. Who's Eli Manning? Who's good to be good but bad enough to be good?
I would say Dak Prescott. No.
Nah. I feel like Prescott.
I don't know. Sometimes he makes those mistakes, just like Eli.
He makes the
that
mistakes.
You are questioning, and you're like,
he makes the mistakes.
Why?
But I feel like, but Prescott actually is like I love you. I love you, Eli. I really do. You're amazing. I fucking love you. I said the F word on purpose because you deserve it. Thank you so much for giving me the only championships I'll ever see from a New York team that I actually care about. I appreciate that because the Giants probably aren't going to get it done for a while if they do. And the Rangers
aren't winning a Stanley Cup anytime soon.
I have the hat
on.
I have the gear, but
World Series
I don't care
soon.
about the Yankees. I'm not even a baseball fan. But
well, you got to know baseball if you want to put it involved in this.
I do know baseball now. I actually even caught the highlights of the Toronto game winning Game 7 last night, and that was crazy to see because they, you know what, what's his name, Vladdy had a Austin Matthews jersey on heading into that, and I was like, I understand you're a Toronto team you're trying to represent, but you're a Toronto team going into a Game 7 wearing the most cursed franchise in a Game 7 to ever exist. And you ended up winning that game. You're lucky you won that game, or you would have been ran out of Toronto. Because that was just not the play. If I had it, you know what? Who I put actually as Eli Manning, who I could be seeing as the Eli Manning of this generation? Jared Goff, or he'll never get it done either, but Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence has that kind of same skill level wise to me.
Than a little Eli.
I think he's got that same skill level to me. That's where I put him at. He middle of the pack, really never elites, but never bad enough to be bad.
That filled pretty well after these last few years of playing too.
Who?
Sam Darnold.
For who? Comparison to who?
Eli.
I'll kick you. I will kick
I'm
you.
just saying, look at what he's doing with Seattle, and look at what he did with Minnesota last year. Sam Darnold is that
All right, you and I had this debate. It got cut, unfortunately, because the audio got messed up. You guys would have loved it. It was gold. But the debate we had,
a gold mine.
the debate we had with Daniel Jones, right? I said, what did I say about Daniel Jones as far as like a good season? He needed a couple of seasons for me to sign him to a long-term contract, right? No matter what the outcome is, unless he gets a Super Bowl ring suddenly this year, then I'll consider him good. Otherwise, though, for me, this is a lucky year, and I need to see more out of you. Now, Sam Darnold has been playing okay. He's been playing good, but had Addison, Jefferson, and now Jackson Smith in the Jigba, and a decent like overall team around him. So I'm not going to consider him a part of like that skill level because I don't know if that's him yet. I need to see more out of him with Seattle. I do like how he's playing right now. I think he actually is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But I don't know if I'm considering him at that level yet. I need to see at least another season because he's getting there for me. I like him, and he's getting to that point for me, but I need to see more of him. I want to see this again next year with Seattle and see how they finish off this year. If they win a Super Bowl, I give it to him. I'll give it to him. Eli Manning status all day, give it to him. But if he doesn't, but if he can't get to that point or even to the conference championship, I don't even want to have that discussion yet. It's not there for me yet because he still did have, he's still got to learn that. Because we see what's happening with.
This is not like the Daniel Jones Dak Prescott conversation we had last.
No. I'm saying that with Daniel Jones, I said that overall though, the main point was I haven't seen enough to Daniel Jones. Now Daniel Jones to me is not a good quarterback, and I know that's wild. They're doing so good. He's playing good, right? He's got a 10-3 touchdown ratio right now, which I bashed him for when we talked about it. I said he had an 8-3. Right now he's 10-3. That bumps it up, and that's good. I like seeing that. That's good. Those are steps in the right direction. But I need to see that more than 1 year. Because with all players, I look at a player with a non-biased look no matter who they are. I could hate them, I could love them, whatever the case is. I look at them with a non-biased look and have to go, what about you makes you elite? What about you makes you not elite? I talk about with the Rangers. How many times have I told you that a Rangers prospect that looking at that everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so excited for someone. And I'm like, they're a third liner. Even though everyone's like propping for him.
Here's the thing when it comes to elite and superstar. Like, the superstar bracket is pretty clear on who's a superstar in this league. Then you have the elite category.
No, elite's above superstar. It's elite, superstar, great, good, bad. Or mediocre than bad.
Elite superstar, the elite tier is pretty obvious.
It's obvious, yeah. There's only 4 quarterbacks in the league.
Which is pretty obvious.
Yep.
Then you have your I wouldn't even consider franchise. I would consider mainly average to good. And that's
great. I still have great, good, bad. I have great, good, mediocre, bad. Because there's so many subjects you put them in. And so I have it. Like, I have Daniel Jones right now as in mediocre. I don't have him as good yet. He's not in good yet for me. Because this is the first good season he's had. I know they made it to the playoffs with the Giants. This is the first good season he's had. My opinion did not change about that. No, not once. Not once, because he's actually throwing in this one, which is better than what he did on the Giants, because all he did was rely off of Barkley. And even though Jonathan Taylor's putting a good chunk of work in on this team, he's at throwing. So I put him this is his best season as a quarterback. He's 7 years in. I do not consider him at this moment to be in the good tier. This is at the moment, a fluke season until I see repeat results. And I need to see him play better. Like, I need to keep seeing him play at this level or better for me to put him up anything. If they win a Super Bowl, opinion changed. I'll put him at the great tier at that point. He'll skip a step. He'll go from good to great. He'll go from mediocre, good, great. He'll just go right at the great. He won't be superstar because he's not a superstar and he's not elite. He's just not. Neither one of those things are happening. But he could be great at the ceiling cap if he wins the Super Bowl, period. But yeah, I think it's the same story for Darnold right now. I still need to see more. Right now, he's consistently doing good at the moment, but I need to see more of that. I still want to see more of that. He had the 2 top wide receivers basically on his team in freaking Vikings, and now he's got Jackson Smith-Njigba. I want to see him do more of this on a consistent basis, because we saw what happened with the Jets. See how Geno Smith did when he left Seattle, because right now he's not having a good season. He looks like Geno Smith of the Jets. He's got 7 touchdowns with 10 interceptions in the moment. That's not good. So, I mean, I need to see more out of Darnold for me to put him in that category, because Geno Smith, everyone thought for a while as well that he was, he's good now. Look at what he did with Seattle all these years. No. That's not how that works. So I want to see more. That's what I would like to see. So that's my opinion on that right now for as far as him. You know what I'm still thinking about that's been stumping me? I still have not come up with a Joe Flacco for this generation. I'm still trying to. I'm looking through the QB list, and it's stumping me. It really is. It's messing me with me bad right now, and I don't know who I would put there. I really don't. I don't know who I'm putting there. And that's what's really irritating me here. No.
I said Carson Wentz.
No. You know what? I got it. It's locked down. I have it. Officially, I have it. Because it reminds me of him with the team he has, with the fact that he's throwing the ball the way he's throwing it, with the run game that he has and whatnot. I consider him pretty close. I will take and solidify, lock it down that Jared Goff is basically the Joe Flacco of this generation. That's who I have there. Jalen Hurts is Donovan McNabb.
Jared Goff at the beginning.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't put it there first. I was like, I'm looking at his stats now. I'm like, all right, you know what? Looking at his career, looking at how he played, I could put him at Joe Flacco territory. I think he's doing better than Joe Flacco did, because Joe Flacco would throw interceptions left and right sometimes. But I think overall, though, he is the Joe Flacco of this generation. He might get a Super Bowl in his career. That's where I have him. I would love to see the Lions get a Super Bowl. I would love to see the Lions get a Super Bowl. I want to see the Lions get a Super Bowl.
This year's looking like it if they keep this up.
Yeah, I would love to see it, but we said that last year too. Last year, look how they did, and they didn't get it done. So I want to see more of that.
I don't know what happened to that team, but they collapsed.
Yeah. So
they could have beat the Rams easily.
I'm trying to think of past quarterbacks now of people. I'm trying to think of who else I would have there. But
this could be another segment we record offline.
Yeah, I know that would be a whole thing right now. But I think as far for the podcast, I think we're pretty much good here. I'm okay with it. We're at an hour and 47 minutes already. I'm okay with going here. I think that's good. I can't believe it's already been 2 hours already. What the hell did we talk about today? Oh my god!
The Giants, the trade stuff.
Oh yeah, but I feel like it was 2 hours. I feel like we've been doing this for like 30 minutes. It's so crazy. People underestimate. It's like you record and whatnot. And I try to cap it off at 2 hours because I feel like 2 hours is already excessive and whatnot for the people that are watching. And I'm like, man, it's like you could easily go 4, 5, 6 hours into talking about this.
Just conversation.
And it's insane. Yeah, we're gonna cut it off here for the time being. We're gonna cut it short here. Not short, and we did almost 2 hours. I'm saying short. We're gonna cut it here because I think this is a good point for it. So we're gonna leave it here for today. Do you have any final words?
No, I'm just I don't even know what games I want to look forward to this week, to be completely honest.
Real quick. Let's go over what do we have.
I don't even know the games for this week.
What do we have for next week? Let's look at week 8. What are we looking forward to in week 8? What was your game of the week this week?
Game of the week before everything, I had the Eagles Vikings.
Game of the
Oh no. I had the Colts Chargers, my bad.
I had Detroit and Tampa Bay before. What's your game of the week now, knowing what you know?
The Detroit Tampa game was not game of the week.
I know, but that was going to be my
totally obliterated them.
I know, but that was going to be my game of the week. But now, after looking at it, what's your game of the week now after seeing all the games?
And it's hard to say because, like, it's between the Cardinals-Packers game and the Eagles-Vikings. Because the Vikings fought back in that game.
Yeah, they did.
And they could have won.
They could have. I think that
The
screams a
Vikings
lot.
shot themselves in the foot.
As they do. They're last in their division. They're last in their division right now. Keep that in mind.
With that pitch that, what's his name, didn't have.
Yeah. I have my game of the week is Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. It was so good. It was a good game, back and forth, action-packed, offenses back and forth. Defenses look atrocious, but they still did what they did, and it was just great. I love that game. I think it was a great game to watch. Replay value is just a fun game to watch.
Giants Broncos game in game of the week conversation too.
You could
that
put
game.
It there. The only reason why I wouldn't
just because the Broncos coming back with 6 minutes left, and nobody would see that.
If the Broncos and the Giants were just going back and forth, and the score was what it was at the end of the game, but it was like that all 4 quarters and not like all in one chunk for the Broncos, that could be game of the week, 1,000% for me. Non-biased, it could have been game of the week, even with the Giants losing. But the fact that it was just the 4th quarter, that was the greatest thing about this week, I think, for any sports fan that isn't a Giants fan, obviously. But that was the craziest thing and a historical feat. But, like, for me, it's definitely, I think, from start to finish, it was Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. Like watching it wise, experience watching, because the first 3 quarters of that Giant game was boring. It was like the Giants were doing great. I was happy for that. And the Broncos looked like shit. And then they came back and really made it entertaining, but then the Giants looked like shit. And I was just like, all right, well, it's 1 quarter. It's not even a quarter. It was half a quarter that they did that in. So that was exciting, but it wasn't exciting from start to finish. It was just Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh was fun from start to finish. It was a good game. And my game of the week for week 8, do you have yours picked already or no?
Cowboys Broncos.
Which ones?
Cowboys Broncos. The only game that sticks out to me.
Okay. My game of the week for this week, and it's not a thing, but it's my game of the week just off of how they played and how I've been watching them, and because of what happened last time, is gonna be the Giants versus the Eagles. I'm taking that for this game, because I think the Giants have shown already in the last 2 weeks they put up against 2 tough defenses. They actually
have a 30-point lead and blow it.
That would suck again. That would be terrible. But they're gonna be in Philly. This is a good thing for the Giants to go against. I think we've already seen them put up 34 points against this defense. I don't know if Jalen Carter's back. I don't know if he's back or not. But I do know that what's his name just unretired and came back to the team. I forgot who it was. Someone unretired and came back to I think it was Graham or something like that. I don't remember who it was. But Philly and the Giants a rivalry game, and then it's also like a get back game for Philly. Philly needs to come back and win this game now. They need to get their get back on the Giants, and the Giants need to redeem themselves for what happened just last week.
Watch this be the game where AJ Brown and Devontae go absolutely off. Both get 2 touchdowns apiece.
Could be.
Oh my God! Watch Saquon run for another 300 yards.
It could be, and that's why I think this game could be, because right now you got to think Philly's going to want to get their get back against the Giants, and the Giants are going to want to redeem themselves what they just did in Denver, because they should have won that game. They should be 3-4 right now. They should be within reach. So I think that's going to be storyline wise. I think it is probably the best game of the week for me, because there's, like you said, not a lot of games that stand out. I like the matchup right now.
For me mainly.
What stands out for me right now is an odd one as well, but I think because, again, storyline-wise, what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at Buffalo versus Carolina. Carolina has won 4 straight. Right now, they've won 4 straight. Buffalo has been playing bad their last 3 games. They're coming off the bye, and I want to see what happens there. I would assume that Buffalo kills them, right? That's what everyone's assumption is. But Carolina's been putting up points. And granted, they didn't against the Jets. What the hell just happened? Granted, they didn't put up points against the Jets. Oh, it's okay.
Messed up.
They didn't put up points against the Jets, but I do think that if you have one consistent running back in there, if you put Hubbard in or Dowdle, which I would like to see them put in, I think you could have a good game, because Buffalo really needs to get their stuff together, and they're playing in Carolina, coming back off of the bye week. So they're in Carolina. So I would like to see something like that happen. So that would be a fun game to watch. I think there's interesting sleeper matches this week. But for me, though, the game of the week decisively is absolutely going to be the Giants based off of how they have been playing recently with Dart and Philly, because that storyline right now has the makings of a really good matchup. And then Green Bay versus Pittsburgh is good too. I like that matchup. I'm not mad at that. But Dallas versus Denver, I think you're right as well. That could be a good match. That could be a good match. Denver 5-2. They're playing in Denver, and then Dallas with their offense just needs to come out and play their offense and not give up 30 points in the fourth quarter, and they should be okay.
So, no, agree.
So I mean, yeah, there's some fun games up here for this week. But all right. Yeah, I'm taking the Giants and Philly to be my game of the week. He's taking the Dallas and Denver, whatnot. Should be a fun week. Maybe I'll do a live stream this week. This last week, but maybe we might do one this week. Because you know what, Sunday could be action packed. They can kind of do some hockey even, because we have the Giants game at 1. We could maybe even jump into the Dallas game and kind of watch that intermittently while we're getting some lunch or dinner or something like that, and then maybe even go into the Ranger game at night or something like that and watch some hockey. But we'll see, or even just do one or the other. It doesn't matter to me. But we'll figure something out. We haven't live streamed in a bit. We'll probably try to live stream soon, and we'll do it that way. But all right, though, let's we're gonna call it here, because I think we are at the 2-hour mark, or probably at 3 hours now, for all I'm mistaken at. No, we're at 1:55. Thank God. All right. So all right, so we're gonna cut it here. Dan, I appreciate you being here as usual.
Thank you.
Of course, everyone for watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate your notification bell.
And subscribe.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Have a good day, and we'll be back next week with another podcast edition. Bye, guys.
Peace out, guys.